Good day, everyone. I am Joy Albinuhay, and today we are going to discuss or tackle about Terman Standford Binet intelligence test. Now let's have our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to A. Discuss the Stanford's Binet scale, B. Acknowledge the importance of the intelligence test, and C. Perform the 5 factors of cognitive ability. Now, let's discuss what is intelligence. What is intelligence? Intelligence is the capacity to learn from experience and our ability to use our memory and how our memory works with a working memory, short-term memory, long-term memory in the whole system, and adapt successfully to one's environment. So the ability to recall experiences from our past or even in our present and adapt it into our environment in which we are working is the most general idea of intelligence. In terms of the definition to define what is intelligence, so keep in mind that we are going to look intelligence from many different angles. Also, intelligence may be your level of creativity, ability to do math, ability to write, or maybe your ability to read. The Binet-Simon scale was developed by Alfred Binet and his student Theodore Simon. Although the case studies might be more detailed and helpful, but the time required to test many people would be excessive. Therefore, in 1916, at Stanford University, a psychologist named Louis Terman released a revised examination which became known as the Stanford Binet test. This test focuses on cognitive ability. Moreover, it looks for ability of a child to learn. And this test is an examination meant to measure intelligence through 5 factors of cognitive ability. So, the 5 factors of cognitive ability, it includes fluid reasoning. So, fluid reasoning, it is the ability to solve a problem. A test that illustrates pattern is asked to complete the pattern. So, example of this is early reasoning, verbal absurdities, verbal analogies, object series matrix. So, next one, let's proceed to knowledge. Knowledge is someone's track general information that has been connected to long-term memory. So, the knowledge example is the vocabulary, procedural knowledge, picture, absurdities. So, everything and anything. Now, let's proceed to quantitative reasoning. The quantitative reasoning example is non-verbal and verbal quantitative reasoning. So when we say non-verbal reasoning is problem solving using pictures and diagrams. So it tests the ability to analyze visual information and solve problem based on visual reasoning. Often children are asked to look at a series of diagrams and find the odd one out or the next in the sequence. So when we say odd one out, it is an object that doesn't belong to the other object. So if we have for object there, for instance, apple, banana, and for instance, apple, banana, grapes, and the eggplant. So, by looking at the picture, let the children look at the picture, then ask them what object is odd one out. So, obviously, the object or the odd one out is the eggplant because it doesn't have or it is vegetables and the other 3 is fruit. And the verbal reasoning, by far the most common form of verbal reasoning test, is one with a given passage of text and you are asked to verify the validity of questions or statements about said passage. Questions regarding the passage of the text reflect our ability to comprehensions the logical contingents of language. Example of this is extemporaneous preaching or extemporaneous. They are given a passage, then they're also given time to think, and after that, they will go to speak in front about what they have learned in the passage. And now let's proceed to visual spatial processing. The example of this is form board and patterns, positions, and direction. And lastly, let's have the working memory. The working memory is the multiple process they can capture, transform a person short-term memory. So example of this is delayed response, black span, memory for sentences, and last word. So that will be all for this day. I hope you learned a lot from me. Once again, I am Rehervijoy Albinuhay. See ya!